I'm going to be doing kind of a different video that I haven't done before. It's been requested by Chung Buithi. I hope I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. But I've been asked to help teach some English, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start out with the basics. It sounds like you can already form sentences pretty well, but I'm just going to go over all the basics almost. And I'm not an English teacher, so sorry if there's any mistakes. And please leave comments down below to help each other. So let's just start with different words that sound the same but are different. Now I have my convenient marker board behind me to help me, so I'm just going to write them out. Now if you say them, they all sound like there, and there, okay? But they're used different ways. There can be used like, okay, I'm there. It's talking about your someplace. It's talking about a place. So the next one, there, shows possession. So it's like, it's their things. They own it. And now there is a combination of two words. You don't have to spell that there like that. You can spell it as two different words, like they are. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think that means that what it is a conjunction of two words. I think that's what you call it. So basically, you're taking part of there and combining it with they. Now, you can use them in a variety of different sentences, like there are many things to the English language, or their original language is English, or we'll be there in a few minutes. Now, they all sound the same, but they're used different ways, and it can be kind of confusing. Even people that speak English still get them confused when they're writing. Don't worry about it. People can usually decipher what you're meaning. There's some other words like with you. Like, I'm talking to you now. But it also sounds like the letter U. And then there's your, and that's showing ownership too. Sorry about my horrible arrow. So this is showing ownership, like it's your things. Okay? And then there's this your. Now it's like there, it's you are. So you're gonna be here in a few minutes. Okay? It's another conjunction. Then there's you'll. And it's a conjunction of you will. So you'll be here in a few minutes. You will be here in a few minutes. So those are just a few examples of words that can be changed into different words that are spelled similar or sound similar but mean different things. Feel free to copy this down on a piece of paper if you need to. Just pause the video if you need it. Pause the video if you need to. Now, in the English language, there's a lot of letters that are in words, but they're silent. And it can get pretty confusing. So, like, an example of this is, like, knight. Like, the knight in shining armor. You don't hear the K in it. You don't say good night. But you just kind of don't really ignore the K, but at the same time you do. Now, this knight is completely different. It's like talking about like the moon and the stars, that kind of night. Okay? So that's just like one example of silent letters. There's no. Okay? So like knowledge, you know things. Knowledge starts with a K too. No, like no I won't. No, I can't do that. So no means that you can't do something or you won't do something. No is you know things. Like you know something's going to happen. And now, if you take the K out of that, that spells now. Now is like when you're watching this video. Or now for me is when I'm making the video. Just remember that there are words where there's silent letters, but if you take away the silent letters, they can be changed into a whole different word. There's also like letters that can sound like different letters. So let's just take as an example F. Like fight. You hear the F in it. There's also P H. That can also sound like an F. So let's just do fight and phosphorus. There's 2 times that it has the PH in it. As you can see, it can get a little confusing. I hear the English language is one of the hardest languages to learn just because of this fact, and that there's so many different rules in it. Just don't get overwhelmed. Take it one step at a time. Things aren't always said how they're spelled, so a lot of words you can sound out, like, let's just take my name. Okay? Abby. You can go A-B-B. Abby. But then there's other words that aren't so easy to sound out. Let's just go back to a past example. Let's just go with, no. No isn't said how it's spelled. You don't say could no or could now. You say basically these 2 letters. The K makes the N sound with the N. And the W helps with the O sound. You don't really hear the W in it. There's words like read. Now, at first glance, you'd say read, but you can also say read as I'm going to read later. You can say it like that using the same spelling. Or you can say I read that book using the same spelling. But don't confuse red with this kind of red. Okay? That would be the color. There are things that are said different when you use it plural, as in when you say it singular. So, things like, man, that's one. That's just talking about one guy. But if you say it like men, that's talking about multiple guys. Not all things that are plural end in an S. And sometimes you add an ES instead of just an S. And then there's words like, there's cactus. You don't say cactus, sis. You don't add the ES to it. Okay? You add an I to it. This means multiple, this means one. And then there's, I didn't do that. Words like dear, you don't say dears. You say, this is both a singular, so one, but it can also be greater, but it can also be greater than one. I'm going to go over with some sentences like, if you don't know a lot of English, but you're going somewhere where a lot of people speak English, these are some sentences that I would recommend you know, just in case you get into trouble or you get lost. One important one would be, I need help. This can be helpful either if you're having an allergic reaction, or if someone's harassing you, or if you just can't find somewhere. And using body language can help with this, because if you need help and you're like this means like this, it means you're having a health issue. But if you're like, I need help, and you're holding up a map, then they will know that you need help going somewhere. If you're in a busy city or a busy area and you're trying to go somewhere, but you have no clue where you're at, it's not going to help you if you say, I need help, and you're holding up a map of somewhere completely different. If you can say, where am I? If someone can answer with a specific location, that can help you so much. And then you can say, I need help. Or, my next example would be, how do I get to ... So, how do I get to, then you add in the place that you need to go. These are some good sentences to say if you don't know a lot of English. I think these are very helpful. If you're trying to find someone specific, you could say, are you... So, are you Abby? Yes, I am Abby. And if you don't know what yes means, you see them going like this, it means that that's who they are. But if you see them going like that, it means no, that's not who they are. And there's a lot of different body languages that you can pay attention to if you can't understand them. So if you see like someone going like looking like this, they don't know. Here's another one. Call 911. Now that means that you need help. You can either say, I need help, call 911. These two examples. You just say call 911. Someone will typically call that as soon as you ask them. But you're going to be able to need to explain the situation too. I think that pretty much covers it for now. If you would like a follow-up video with more information, I can try to work on like sentence structure on how to put together a sentence. I think that would be helpful too. I can go over that in more detail in a different video. I'm starting to run out of time. Let me know if you would like a follow-up video, and help people out in the comments. And I hope this helped. And I hope this helped you, Chung. Bye.